Hello everyone and welcome to something a little bit different to a Star Wars figure review. Today we're joined by Jay, who goes by the name Rasputin37 on YouTube, as you will all know, and today we are going to be doing a little bit of a custom tutorial, aren't we?
Yes, well, sort of a tutorial. Today we're going to be painting a ARF trooper. That's one of these dudes here, as you can see. As you can see, just before, Steve with his magical bottle of nail varnish remover, his favourite tipple on the weekend, he has used a pair of tweezers and small pieces of cotton wool, and what he's done is he's actually taken the striping off the top of the helmet. I don't know if you can see that particularly well.
It's a bit blurry, but
as you can see, there is no striping. I've also got an ARF trooper, which I've got now, and I've taken all the markings off. So we're going to use him, and this time we're going to make one of these. This is, I don't know how well you can see this, is a camo ARF trooper, as seen at the Toy Fair in New York. Supposedly one of the ARF troopers from the Battle of Teth. Okay, we will be needing one pot of paint, that is Codex Grey. I use Games Workshop Citadel Miniatures paint. I mean, you can use another version of grey if you so wish. We use 3 different types of brushes. We use a medium-sized detail brush, a slightly smaller detail brush, and my mini brush.
that looks like you're painting with a hair.
Yeah, exactly, because that's for the ultra-fine edging and detail. As you will now see, you can watch me completely screw this up because it's in front of a camera. Give the paint a good shake, because what you're trying to do is catch some in the lid, like so, because you will use that, not that, to load your brush up. Okay, also make sure that you have water for your brush, kitchen towel as well, a nice well lit area to paint, and away we go. Now the helmet itself, the visor, if I can just pick this up, I don't know how well you can see this.
It's showing up pretty well, so
just go small brush strokes, that's covering that nicely. Just run along the edge.
also for those of you that are members of the Imperial Shipyards, you'll have obviously seen the existing photos of the original Camo ARF trooper that Jay did, as well as many other wonderful costumes.
It's very easy custom to do. Don't worry if you make a mistake, you can either gently scrape off any paint excess that you get on any edges and stuff with a knife, and gently. I do have a very shaky hand. People don't believe that I have a very shaky hand, but I do. You can see that.
I'm just zoomed in on it so you get a closer look at the brush strokes.
This is small, regular brush strokes. Sometimes it's a bit awkward to get into a position where you can hold this. Easy. There we go. So you just make sure there's plenty of water on your brush.
Because I've found through experience that if you just use paint straight out of the pot with a dry brush, then the paint tends to get a little bit clumpy and you start to see the brush strokes actually in the paint, and it doesn't look very good after a while.
Also, as I've taught Steve recently, is if you're not too confident with your painting and you're not too sure whether it'll turn out brilliant, weathering is a fantastic tool for covering a multitude of sins. If you make a few mistakes or you shows your brush strokes, a bit of gloss varnish over the top will fill in any ridges and everything on the paintwork, but it will also smooth out the paint, and then you weather over the top and that will cover any mistakes you make. So if you're none too confident, and also plus the fact is weathering is really good because it gives them your figures that little touch of authenticity.
So another thing that you said about was doing the gloss varnish, wasn't it?
Yeah, gloss varnish, definitely. It evens up the paintwork. This is where you have to be extremely careful, especially when you've got a shaky hand like mine. I will use a different paintbrush for going over the edge. Take that across. See how I've taken that just straight across and carried on taking it across on the top. Now when you come to do the body, all the body is crisscross lines at random all over the body. It's as easy as
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6.
I just realised this is like a Star Wars version of Art Attack. This is a custom. This is a custom. This is Star Wars custom. Do 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 do.
Star Wars custom.
You could do a little shout out, but we're not going to degrade ourselves. I'm sure you know.
As you know, obviously this is unusual because I am doing this at Steve's.
Yep.
So I have the privilege of seeing all his collection firsthand. And we've just been to see Star Wars in concert.
And it was amazing.
It was. I can honestly say, as I'm an old codger who went to see the film in 1977, I haven't had the hairs on the back of my neck raised like that since 1977. Keep my brush moist. Don't get too much on your brush because it dries. One thing about Games Workshop paint is it dries ever so quickly. And if you're not careful, you get lots of dry paint on your brush and it clumps your brush up quite badly. Don't pick up a lot of paint at a time. As you can see, I'm picking up very small amounts of paint.
Going to have to cut the video off in a moment and rejoin it halfway through the camouflage process because obviously with our channel not reaching partner status yet, we are only limited to 10 minutes and we're at 7 minutes already.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we're going to come back in a minute. I will show you the completed visor and then I will show you how to do the camo body. So we will see you
in a little while.
In a short while.